the video diary of 19th of November. It's been a while since we uploaded a video, mostly because some idiot decided to take a hole out of his finger, so I lost about 3 weeks of gardening time, but we managed to catch up a little bit, so here we are. Let's jump into it and see what we've been doing. So as you can see, that's, if the camera focus, that's where I had to have 4 stitches. You can still see 2 of them on the skin there. That's why I lost 3 weeks in the middle of October, which is what I wanted to do, all the usual autumny bits. But anyway, we've been hard at work lately. We've now got almost 5 cubic meters of leaves. Sadly, this year we've not been able to shred them. We had to leave them as they are, as you can see, still big. Because as you can see, they're really damp this year. We've had lots of rain in the last month and a half when we normally be collecting leaves. But what we have done, or I have done, sorry, where is this bag up here, is we've also been collecting a lot of soil. You can see it, this is last year's leaf mould from where we collected these leaves, and that's been helping all the microbes that are already in the soil to help break those ones down. Now you might think 5 bags, 5 cubic meters is a lot. It's not. I thought I had enough last year. I didn't, let's put it that way. So these 5 might be enough, might not, we'll have to wait and see. But anyway, we've got a nice fresh pile of chicken poo, which needs to very slowly go in the compost bin. Just doing alright. It's shrinking down quite happily in the winter. Just had some chilies we just put in there today. You can see the rest of it's getting on alright. Put lots of leaves in here as well, but it's considering it's really cold out here, it's looking quite good. I'll give that a turn when it gets to the top, but it's got a way to go yet, so it'll probably be the spring now. So out here, well, obviously because I've lost enough time with my finger, I've not been able to do anything. And you see we've still got a puddle down there, so in the spring what we're going to do is take, before we build the next compost bin there, we're going to take out all of this lot and then put a drainage channel in underneath here. I don't know how far, we'll have to get the digger out probably, and then run the pipe underneath from there to there. Because what you can't see on the video is that the ground does actually, it comes obviously down from the hill down to these bins, this line here. There's some drainage channel underneath the polytunnel going that way, but there's nothing out here. So, but the ground actually slopes back on itself down to that point. So that there, we're going to have to put the drainage channel in. Obviously clear all of this space out here, because this is going to be the outdoor growing space. I'm trying not to be too fast, because I've noticed previous videos I'm a bit speedy on turning around. So this is just going to be next year's growing space. If it looks like we're going to need more space, we'll take it from this field out the back here. There's plenty of space out there, but we'll see how it goes, because I'm not going to take on any more than I have to. Now this is middle of the day, this is 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's where the winter sun is. So as you can see, with that hill up there, blocks out most of the sunlight this time of year. So my plans to have winter veg here in the polytunnel, I might still get away with broccoli and carrot, cauliflower and things, but they'll have to be down this end. As we go in, we'll go through what we've done, been able to do without the finger. So as you can see, all the tomatoes and all the annuals have all come out of these beds. They did really well. We've still got lettuce in, because that's quite happy over winter. We had -4 last night up here. There's a few dead leaves, but they're doing alright. We got 1 grapevine that we took a cutting from this year, and that's doing really well. It's growing up there, as you can see. Now this soil here is really good soil. All I've done with this year, you can see how nice and soft that is. There's a few weeds in there we need to get rid of. All I've done this year is just have the soil that was in here and throw a load of leaves on it. So yes, those leaves you've seen outside just went on there. This is what I started with. See, this is like Martian dust. It's horrible. Yeah, it's just the natural clay that's around here, but it's so dehydrated and so poor in nutrients, it's just got no hope. So the tomatoes that were over here didn't do too well. The chilies that were down here did alright. They weren't spectacular, but that's the main thing for these leaves next year, is to turn that soil you're just in into that soil down there. So we've got those in now. We did find a couple of onions that they tried planting last year. You can see one in the middle there, and just did a little row of onions down the outside because they do like the colder temperatures. We get one onion, great. If we don't, we don't. What we have done, or I have done, but I did have some help from Beatrice. You can see these two, where did I get to? 3 panels were cleaned up to the centre point above me here. And you can see I've not done that one now. The camera's just about picking it up. That's clean, and that's not so clean. So what we're doing is slowly going through cleaning the inside of the plastic just to try and help it with light levels. Where these bamboo are now, I'm going to rearrange things slightly. I had tomatoes down that side, but because that's the southern side over here, and behind me over here is the northern side, we don't want all the dark high plants like tomatoes on the outside, so we're going to have a complete reshuffle in here. Still the no dig lettuce, that's doing really happily in there, and one little broccoli randomly growing on its own, which we didn't even realise were left in the ground. So hopefully we'll see how that goes, because that's going to be the trial run for this year's winter, or next year's winter veg. Now moving down, we've got the one olive tree that we need to decide what we're doing with. That can probably stay there. We've got the white grape. Now what I've done now is, as best I can, ideally I'd just take it down to that big stem and then take a new one off and start again, but I can't do that. But as you can see, I've taken it all, done all the winter pruning, so taking everything down to at least one bud, at least 2 buds, sometimes just the 1 bud, depends on how new it is, and just decided how far it's going to grow. So the main thing for this one is it's probably going to get cut off somewhere about this olive, and we're going to spin around, starting with that one in the corner that we took the cutting from, and we're going to put some more, so one there and then one on the other side to go up, and then have lots of laterals in the middle, so there's going to provide some shade for the other plants below, because it gets nearly 50 degrees here and here in the summer, so it's a little bit too hot. And then on the other side we've also got the black grape. You can see down the back there, behind this fig, I've done the same, taken all the bits off the main stem. I've just kept 2 main stems and then started going off the top with this one. Same again, just training it where we want it, and just put some more bamboos across the top and just have laterals to get more yield in a smaller space, because they seem to have too much space at the minute. But the big elephant in this room, or 2 of them, are these figs. So this one, that's just and then its sister over there, and you see they've just shredded the leaves for the winter because they don't like the cold, but they're in the this one specifically is a problem. It's in the wrong place. It's blocking out all the light from out here in the middle, pretty much round in an arc from this grape here. You see where all the leaves basically have gone, and that's how much space it's taking up. Whereas its sister is quite happy, it's just a little space and I can live with that. And I'll probably put some slabs down the outside there, on the other side, just to stop the roots from going into that bed and taking out the moisture, because you can see the soil level where it's dipping down is where those roots are taking it from. So this whole area needs a lot of compost and then stopping the roots going that way. But yeah, we're going to put two grapes at the end again, so we'll have 6 in total. And this fig, what I would probably going to do is to either move it down the end where those little plants, seedlings are down the end there, or if I spin around, where I put that cut in there is to put it on the corner here where the lettuce are, that first row of lettuce are, to possibly hold it in there, because this obviously being on the north side, it's not going to block as much light out. But that's something I'm still thinking about. I don't know how we're going to play that one yet. Other than that, we're going to do a lot of hot plants next year in here, so we're going to try aubergines, lots of chilies, strawberries not so much. I'm still, you can see the hanging baskets from previous generations of strawberries. I like strawberries. I don't know how I'm going to do them yet. I was considering maybe aquaponics or hydroponics, because the problem being is trying to keep them hydrated. Obviously, as a correction to other videos, digressing here, this isn't my garden, just for those that might have questioned me. I just do the gardening, so I can't be here. It's a 20-minute drive each way to get here, but it's worth it because I don't have to worry about paying ground rent to my allotment like I do now. So anything I can do to help moisture be retained, like the leaves, or self-watering like hydroponics, aquaponics, I'm going to be a bonus to. So I'm going to stop it there, and I'm going to go and have a look at what else is growing. One slight amendment to the last bit is that we had potatoes, or still have potatoes in here for new potatoes for Christmas, but sadly I didn't realise it had gone down to -4 last night, so I've had to chop all the leaves off, kept the potatoes in there so that then they'll still keep quite nice in there. I might have to take some of them home today actually, just to see how they are. But that's the second year I've done these, and this is the first time they've worked out, so this is quite a good thing to do. Plant them in June, July, probably July, in fresh compost. Initially I left them outside, but in the last probably September, when it started getting cold, we brought them indoors, because like tomatoes, they're tender plants. As I mentioned, it's now near mid-November. The saffron, is doing alright, but it's not flowered yet, so it's a bit late really, but we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Hopefully we'll get something out of it. But as you can see from here, we've got the leeks have been doing really well, considering we bought all these and more, all of these, for about £2 at the garden centre that was selling them off. I've not seen anything from the garlic yet, which I'm a bit worried about, but if not, we won't have garlic next year. As simple as. We'll wait and see. Another slight correction to the previous video. Soft fruit. There are some soft fruits we eat, raspberries. So out the back of the polytunnel, I forgot to mention, I'll mention on the later video, there's a row of raspberries, and we have a whole hedge down one side of the outdoor section. But what we don't want is blackberries and, sadly, rhubarb. I will keep some rhubarb, but all that was in here was a couple of rhubarb plants and raspberries that were beginning to take over, and a gooseberry that nobody ever eats, gooseberries. So this bed's still, like I say, because we've lost a lot of time this autumn, so we'll have to do that in the winter. In the spring, sorry. On this side, the comfrey's taking a bit of a hit with the frost, but it's doing alright, and hopefully it'll perk back up in the spring. We'll go down now to the greenhouses and have a look in there. One awesome job I have managed to do this year is to clean the glass on the greenhouses as well as the polytunnel. So you can see, you actually see inside them now. Yay! Apart from a bit of misting, which we expect because there's been a lot of water in there. So we'll just have a slow wander down the hill into the first one. So there's not much going on this time of year. However, one thing we have been doing is, you see this soil here, it's nice and damp because it's just spent the last half an hour or so. It's not able to squeeze any water out. It's lovely and soft now. Like the polytunnel, this started off pretty much as dust. I'll slowly spin around here. I put some water down, but you can see, even so, you can see how dry that was. All the way down here, this is a really good example of it. You can see how dry and horrible that soil is. Now this, over here, just from the door next to me on my right, all the way down just to the end there, in that bed, has taken probably about 90 litres of water just to get it to this lovely soft condition. Now I'll scrape right down here. It's not too bad. Starting to get a bit drier, but that's not too bad. You can see it's a little bit dry underneath, but hopefully over the next few months that should soak down. We'll just keep topping it up, and we'll keep doing the rest of the beds as the water comes in. We've still got a lot of leaks in here, so I might just quickly throw these leaks in at another date. Let's hopefully see if they come up in this bit here. That's the first one. Just go round here slowly to the next one. can see I've not done so much on the watering in this one because I've only got 2 buckets at the minute. So I'm trying to use just rainwater. But I've just thrown some leaves from around here, and hopefully over the winter these will just rot down. And you can see how dry this one is. I'll just peel that back. You know, it's dust. Don't know what those plants are. We'll leave them there. We've got some violas in the background there. I've just brought them in here just to keep the worst of the frost off them. They're not tender, but they are half hardy, so they don't like too much cold and frost. And again, we've got some saffron bulbs that are down here. Now, I'll have to give these some water. These are looking a bit bigger than the other ones, but they're still not flowered yet. Got a couple of last chili plants which probably should come out, to be honest. I was going to try and overwinter them, but they don't seem to be too happy, so we might have to take them out another day. But no, that concludes today's diary update. We haven't got anything else to do today. I'll go home and see the monster.